Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be doing some historic Brawl. But before we get into that, if you haven't yet checked out the announcement video from earlier today, I am going to be in the sponsored Ikoria Early Access Wizards event, so thank you very much to Wizards of the Coast for inviting me to that. Go check out that announcement video if you'd like to get involved in the event on Wednesday the 15th of April. There's actually a option for you guys to submit decks and things like that, so go check out that event announcement if you haven't yet done so. But we're going to be playing a lot of historic until the 15th, and then we've got lots of standard coming up with Ikoria. So today we're going to be doing some historic Brawl babbling over. We're going to be playing a commander I haven't yet played, which is pretty damn good in the competitive EDH circles, I believe. It's going to be Tatyova Benthic Druid. 5 mana for a 3/3. Says whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and you draw a card. And I'm going to be building this a little bit differently to how I imagine most Tatyova decks are built. Still one of the same win cons though in Field of the Dead, since obviously this is a very land-based matters kind of decks. But I imagine a lot of them are very much focused on almost self-milling as an alternative win con, which is not something that we're actually going to be doing. In fact, we're going to be trying not to mill ourselves when we're drawing a million cards. We got things like Finale of Revelation, which is one of the cooler revelations that doesn't really see play. 2 blue and an X to draw X cards. If X is 10 or more, shuffle your graveyard into your library and draw X cards, untap 5 lands, and then you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. So yeah, we can draw lots of cards and get everything we need. And we've also got like Mending of Dominaria as well, which is going to shuffle our graveyard back into our deck. So there's ways that we can actually loop our deck for quite some time. And the likelihood is we're going to be winning with Field of the Dead, looping our deck together just to constantly rebuild with things like Crucible of Worlds, allowing us to play Fabled Passages and Evolving Wilds out of our graveyard, so that we can just constantly churn out zombies. And then we've even got Ghost Quarters and Field of Ruins, which we can replay with Crucible and even target our own lands in the case of Ghost Quarter, so we can constantly put lands into our graveyard even if we aren't fetching. We can do it that way. Fun fact as well, Ghost Quarter can also be used on our opponent to Ghost Quarter lock them, and if you don't know what that means, it's basically we play Ghost Quarter, we destroy our opponent's land, they get a basic, and we play it out of our graveyard, and then we destroy one of our opponent's lands, they get a basic, and we rinse and repeat until they run out of basic lands. And at that point, Ghost Quarter becomes a strip mine, we leave our opponent with 0 mana, and all we have to do is beat down with whatever we've got left. So that's another way that we can win the game. It's very brutal and slow, but depending on what we go up against, if it's something like a Bolas deck or a Niv Mizzet deck, that's going to be a really fun and interesting win con, because Niv Mizzet decks have very, very greedy mana, so they're likely to have very few basics. We only have 6 in our deck, but as I mentioned, we can actually just play cards out of our yard with Ghost Quarters, and Memorials are in here as well. We've got Sandbars to cycle. So, very lands matter anyway. I'm not going to go into the deck too much because that pretty much speaks for itself. We've got the things that you should expect. We've got like Scape Shift, we've got Path of Discovery and Guardian Project as another ways to draw cards. Path of Discovery explores, which means you look at the top card of your library and you draw a card essentially if it is a land, otherwise you put a counter on whatever creature did the exploring. And then Guardian Project allows you to draw for non-tokens entering the battlefield. We've got Wayward Swordtooth and Dryad of the Elysian Grove to make additional land drops for the turn, which is going to go very well with our Tatyova. And then we got a big chunk of mana dorks as well, because getting to Tatyova early is very important. So we got Llanowar Elves, Gilded Goose, Leafkin Druid, Paradise Druid, Maraleaf Pixie, and I believe that's actually it. As far as early game mana dorks are concerned, I guess you could call Rejuvenator a mana dork in a roundabout fashion. So those are going to be our options there available to us to get Tatyova down as early as possible. You may notice that there's no arcane signets or mind stones in here. Really wanted to leverage the creature side of ramp to really make the most of the Guardian Project and Path of Discovery. So we don't actually have any mana rocks in this deck, it's just mana dorks in that particular case, because I think it just synergizes a little bit more. Other than that though, you know, it's the usual Simic deck. Without further ado, let's get into some gameplay. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button below the video or check out the Patreon link down in the description below. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Alrighty then, we're in, and we're going to be on for an interesting matchup by the looks of it. This hand's okay. Frogify is not going to be terribly decent, but we do have a turn 2 mana dork to get us to an early Tatyova, and then these are late game cards. I could honestly see myself throwing this one back. I'm sure they'll have an answer to either Maraleaf Pixie or Tatyova to keep me from casting it on time. I'm going to take them all. This one looks much better. Okay, so we can get rid of Finale of Revelation, I guess. Actually, no. It's free mull. Haha! Good stuff. Yeah, we get to keep it all. Alright, well, I guess what we're going to do then... Storm Tamer, eh? What we're going to do is play one of these dual tap lands. I guess it's going to be Temple, just so we can get some early game starts. Flood of Tears. We've already got River's Rebuke. Oh, sorry. We've already got Flood of Tears, so we'll put River's Rebuke to the bottom. So we're going to go turn 2 Leafkin Druid. After that, it's going to be Dryad, double land drop, and then hopefully Tatyova can chain some lands together. Oh, are we milling me? I think we're playing a mill deck. Losing Finale kind of sucks. Alright, well, Leafkin Druid go. We got all the tap lands. We do have Castle Garenbrig, which is an untapped land in case they have an answer to Leafkin Druid, so it's not too bad. And then take in a fine amount of damage. Ooh, we could go Guardian Project. We could go Guardian Project. And then we can drop down Tatyova if they've got the answer. They're probably waiting to answer that, though. With maybe a Tail's End or a Negate or something like that. I think I might just go Dryad, tap land, honestly. Woodland Stream, Simic Guildgate, and now we've got the mana to Tatyova plus Castle Garenbrig. Or we could play Guardian Project first, who knows. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries.
Manipulation of the mind.
So if we can draw the right cards, decking ourselves isn't going to be an issue. I did used to have like a self-mill win to this with actual Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. But then I thought I'd do something kind of interesting and try to, instead of self-mill for the win, just kind of try to loop my deck around, which is what we're doing now. So yeah, I guess I just want to go Tatyova, Castle Garenbrig. See if we can draw another land or something like that. We can. Draw a card again. Got Reliquary Tower for the turn after. And a little bit of pressure for Jace. If we can get one more permanent in play, then we've got Flood of Tears as well, so we can bounce Tatyova back to our hand, bounce our opponent's stuff to reset it a little, maybe. I'm guessing they're going to go with Ashiok here. So I could do like an X1 Hydroid Crisis, maybe, just to set something up. Gonna go with the tick up, so we can get rid of that token essentially. Ooh, Scape Shift. You see, I'm not entirely sure that's a plan I want to go with, but it is definitely an option. It's gonna draw us lots of cards, and it will get us Field of the Dead online for 7 tokens, which is a lot of damage. Thankfully, we've got this Finale of Revelation as well, which means we can draw many cards. Ooh, Crucible. I guess we should play Crucible. Let's get Crucible down. That means we can play lands out of our graveyard. Let's do Fable Passage. Sandbar. It's a Cycler. Alright, well, sacrifice. I don't know how many basics I've got left. I think it's like 3 and 3. So I should have 2 forests, yeah. 2 forests, 3 islands. Makes sense. Another forest. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we're so close. In fact, we've got Finale X10 next turn. So what do we want to do first? That's the question. Let's do Cycle Sandbar. Multani. Multani's good. Yeah, let's just play down Multani, I guess. Gives us extra mana on the Paradise Druid and gives us an 11/11. So we don't have a good attack, so we're just going to pass. Hope our opponent taps out trying to deal with Multani. Maybe they'll mine us with Ashiok, I guess. Scheming Cemetery. Yeah, that's definitely not how that's pronounced. So they get a card on top. And we get a card on top. However, they're going to mill ours. So we're just going to put a land on top of our deck. So we already know they can mill the top card with Jace. So regardless of whether we bluff or not, Jace is going to get the job done. We could put a card on top like Uro, perhaps. That's definitely an option. Something that benefits from being in the graveyard. I think Uro's maybe our only escape card or graveyard mattering kind of card. Obviously, we haven't seen it just yet. It's not going to matter anyway, though, because we are going to X10 Finale. Get 10 more cards. And shuffle our graveyard back in anyway. Which isn't that far on, to be honest. So maybe we don't need to do that. Could put Field of the Dead in, actually. Yeah, I think Field of the Dead is a good idea. Field of the Dead. They mill it over, which means I can cast it or play it out of my yard with Crucible. Start getting some zombies. It's also going to pump Multani. So the only downside to doing this is if they've got 3 mana Ashiok. That would be definitely unfortunate. And obviously we've got to play around counter magic as well, but with a 12/12 Multani that I can pressure with, might be okay. Let's exile this forest. I have plenty of bait spells here anyway. Yeah, Thief of Sanity, okay. Mission briefing. Okay, so we're counter magic free. Let's see what we can do. Gonna flashback Scheming Symmetry and do nothing with it. Okay, so Field of the Dead into play. Gonna make some zombies, gonna draw some cards. The cards we're drawing, not likely to matter. We get to go with... Well, we got Sword Tooth, so we can play more stuff. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. There's Ghost Quarter. Let's crack Fable Passage. Only 27 cards left. I might just play Sword Tooth. And perhaps we can actually Ghost Quarter lock our opponent. That might be an option. So play Sword Tooth, gives an additional land drop. Gonna play Ghost Quarter. Make another zombie. I think I'll just Flood of Tears here, actually. I should have done it earlier, right? Because of this Thief of Sanity. I guess I could just play Multani. Doesn't really matter if they mill it over at that point. So play Multani. There's a 14/14. And Hydroid Krasis X2. Yeah, I think that's alright. Frogify. Cool. Yeah, if I was gonna Flood of Tears, I should have done that immediately. But I don't think we're in any rush to do it, it's just our opponent dealing with our flyers and getting in with the Thief of Sanity that's kind of annoying. So they got a Multani, but I can Flood of Tears it. And then they can kill their Ashiok to get in with Hydroid Crisis, I guess. But I don't see that being an issue.
All your fears are given.
Yeah, we flooding, boys. We flooding, I believe. So let's swing in with all the zombies. Straight at our opponent's face. Doesn't matter if they're not profitable blocks, they're going away anyway. So, yeah, let's just see if we can kill some creatures, perhaps. Nope. Totally fine. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Growth Spiral or Rejuvenator. I forgot they blocked. Oh, no, Arrow! Goodbye, Arrow. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, no. Alright. Let's go Flood of Tears. Colorless, colorless, colorless. Flood of Tears. 16 cards left. I'm probably gonna not cast Tatyova again. Bounce everything, give me my Multani back. We will put Dryad into play. Put Swordtooth into play. Field of Ruin. Island. Crucible. Command Tower? Actually, 2 forests, 2 islands, so we've got a little bit more to passage. So I guess I should passage. Yep, they've had enough. Alright, so we just build up a board. Our opponent doesn't really have the mana to build it up quicker than we can, and we can make so many zombies. Played that a little bit loose, not gonna lie, but I think with what we had there, we could shuffle our entire graveyard back in and then get a brand new 10-card hand, untap 5 lands or something like that, I think it says, and then go off from there. So, yeah, lots of zombies. We can Ghost Quarter ourselves just to lose a land and then be able to replay it from our graveyard, essentially. So that's one way that we can constantly loop Field of the Dead without having to have extra lands left in our deck to fetch with things like Evolving Wilds and Fabled Passage. So, yeah, we can really just loop zombies constantly with Crucible and Ghost Quarter, and to a certain extent Field of Ruin as well. But, yeah, good game. Alright, we are in, and I like the look of this hand, so we're going to keep it. Our opponent is in the mirror match, playing Tatyova Benthic Druid as well. I did actually just get paired against this opponent before, and they basically scooped on turn 1. So I imagine they're not going to keep a hand and stay around unless they've got a good hand. But ours is good, so we're going to keep it. Alright, Tail's End is pretty decent. There's a lot of early game plays that can counter, and we can get our opponent's Tatyova. Maybe before they get ours, who knows. We've got 3 mana now, so we've got Risen Reef and Uro to play around with. So that's pretty good. I think we're just gonna... I mean, does it really matter? I guess might as well just get Uro in early, right? There's an argument, I suppose, to do Risen Reef first, in case that's a Tail's End. But if they get Tail's End out on Uro, that's not the end of the world, because he's going to go into the graveyard, and then that's a Tail's End that can't be used on Tatyova. Ooh, really unfortunate lack of a land drop there. We are running 25, so there's really no good reason why we didn't hit there. Our opponent has Questing Beasts. Okay, so we got a Forest. I think we're going to go with Guardian Project. We do need Risen... I think we need to go Risen Reef. Try and hit a land. Oh god, it's a freaking Evolving Wilds. Okay. I was hoping to have Tail's End available, but I guess our opponent's being greedy, so that's good. Take another 4. Circuitous Route. Alrighty then. So we need that open. So really we only have 2 mana, and we can't really do anything with that 2 mana, so just swing in with our Pixie. Pass the turn, hold open, Tail's End for the first Tatyova. No doubt they'll just straight up go for it, and they do. So we'll get Tatyova out of the way. Opens us up to play our own. Taking another 4. We should be able to undo the Questing Beast damage to a certain extent by just doing our Tatyova stuff. So play Tatyova. Hope they don't have Rabid Bites and whatnot. Again, as I mentioned right in the early game though, they wouldn't keep a hand unless they had the absolute best draws possible, because they just scooped when it was bad last time, and yeah. In Bolus's Clutch is not exactly a thing we want to see right now, is it? Yeah, it's really awkward. So I guess we'll go Reliquary Tower. Got 4 mana for Hydroid Krasis. That's not too bad. 3, 4, 2. I'm not sure what we want to do here. I guess we could do a Multani. It's an elemental that triggers Risen Reef and allows us to block Questing Beast, which is something I'm absolutely interested in doing, because then we get to open up Nissa for mass ramp. But again, hoping they don't have Rabid Bite and things like that. Didn't consider Bolus's Clutches as an option for us, actually. There's also things like Mass Manipulation, but I'm just not interested in the slightest in that kind of card, even though it probably should be in this deck. It is the least amount of fun that I could imagine this deck can achieve, so... Don't have Mass Manipulation in here, very intentionally. Okay, so Temple triggers Tatyova. I'm sure our opponent has got Mass Manipulation though, so we've got to be aware of that. If they're running in Bolus's Clutches, then they've got the whole trio, I think, of Mass Manip plus Agent of Treachery as well. Well, that's a weird card. A Typhoon thingy. I'm going to block you. Yeah, they know it. Okay. So, really not too pleased with where we're at. Not gonna lie. I think we'll get in with Multani and see what they do. Yeah, I want to see that block. Cool. Alright, we don't really care about Multani going to the yard, he's just fine where he is, thank you very much. Then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, play Nissa. From there we've got 2, 4... I think we untap Forest, play Guardian Project, play Leafkin Druid, double triggers. Yeah, let's do it in that order. Don't think it matters either way. We've got Cryptic Caves, okay. So we're not drawing from Tatyova, but we're still capable of drawing nonetheless. And it's only a matter of time until we find the pieces we're looking for. We do have Voracious Hydra, obviously, to kill Tatyova. So that's pretty good. And I'm perfectly fine chumping here to keep Nissa around. Nadia Kraken. Yeah, I got one of them. Yeah, I think it's just going to be huge Hydroid Krasis, because even if they've got the counter magic, I've got the cast trigger to work with. But I really need to murder Tatyova. So, X3 for Voracious Hydra, you got your 2 there. And then 1, 2, 3 leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana to work with after Voracious Hydra kills Tatyova. So we can replay Tatyova, potentially make a land drop perhaps. Opponent growing. They've only got one basic left though. Oh no, did they not kick? I don't know if they kicked or not. I stopped paying attention a little while ago. Gonna be honest. Alright. So yeah, we're just gonna chump here.
Do not underestimate my fortitude.
Okay, so let's float some mana. Untap the mana.
The land shall conquer you.
Boop and boop. X3 Voracious Hydra. Draw a card, fight Tatyova. To my command zone, please. Get Field of the Dead. Lovely. Okay, so then we go Field of the Dead. Well, Tatyova first, then Field of the Dead. Make a zombie, draw a card. That's what our opponent's looking for. I know they've got Field of the Dead in their deck because they literally played it on turn 1 last game. So, that one's a given. We're going to draw a card and ramp here, hopefully. Hey, would you look at that? Beautiful. Alright. And a temple and a thicket. Very good. I guess we should next turn play Nadir Kraken so we can go wide with 1/1s as well. On top of the zombie tokens. That'll be our plan next turn. Unless we draw big X spell like Finale or something like that. That'd be definitely very good. Even the blue one should be pretty decent. They've got to have drawn something good at this point though. Can't see how they wouldn't have. This is Nissa, yeah. Yep. And we got chump blockers and actual good blockers as well. And there's Tatyova. Draws a card. No mana for Nadir Kraken because they didn't untap a land first. But now they get to. Choosing not to though. I guess they're going Field of the Dead. Field of Ruin, my Field of the Dead, which is fine.
Harness the elements.
I'm okay with that. I get to draw a card. Field of Dead is not gone forever. Got plenty of ways of getting it back. So I'll take another Forest to ramp me for next turn. Got one basic left, I've got to keep that in mind. Hey, Crucible. Oh, that's just so good. Oh, that's unbelievable. The exact card I'd be digging for to get my Field of the Dead back. Just can't make it up. Alright, let's see how they attack. I mean, we got a chump with some zombies. Totally fine with doing that. Rejuvenator's chumpable as well. I'd sooner chump with the tokens than the Rejuvenator, though, because we do have Flood of Tears, which cares about non-tokens. We're just going to cycle this Tranquil Thicket at some point, I guess. Doesn't need to happen right now, though. Happens right now. Let's do it. Show me the money. Escape Shift. Love it. Opponent discard into hand size. We don't ever have to do that because we got Reliquary Tower. Alright, so let's see. How do we go about doing this? We can float, unfloat. Play Crucible of Worlds. Play Field of the Dead. Draw a card, make a zombie. Looking for those extra drop cards. Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. Draw a card. Swordtooth. How many cards we got left? 25. 11 lands left in the deck. I'm just too good at this game, chat. We'll play all the untapped ones. Jade Light Ranger. I That's 3 islands, 3 forests, so I don't have any basics left, but I can circuitous route for Simic Guildgate, so that's an option. I do have Growth Spiral as well to put Temple into play. Gilded Goose, okay. Yep, I want to do it like that. Zombie, Scry, Draw. Command Tower, not so much. And opponent's had enough. Okay. So yeah, we're just digging for Finale of Devastation there to give +10/+10 to all of our creatures. We can Scape Shift to do it at like X11 or something like that. And, well, X10, keeping the Field of the Dead in play to go mass zombies. Short of our opponent doing exactly the same, I don't think they can really win from that point forward. And we draw a million cards, and we most likely find our Finale to swing with the 10 or so zombies we make off of our Scape Shift. So, pretty good, pretty good. Oh wow, this is a literal first for the channel. This hand, before we get into that, is okay. It's got 2 tap lands, but I think we can do better. I do really like the combination of cards we've got here, maybe minus the Finale of Devastation. But the mana base doesn't really support this hand, so we're going to have to throw that one back. This one's really good, actually. We got Uro, we got Dryad to turn these into coloured lands, and from there, we're laughing. Alright, so Woodland Stream, go. So, the first time we're ever seeing Evra Halcyon Witness? 6 mana 4/4 with lifelink. You exchange your life total with Evra, and you swing probably for your life total's worth of damage. It's pretty sweet. We drew Command Tower, which is really nice. Means we don't have to do anything with Tranquil Thicket. In fact, we might just cycle it away this turn. Not entirely sure on that one. I might keep it in my hand, actually, because of Uro. Play Reliquary Tower, play Uro, put Tranquil Thicket in. We do want to be ramping at the end of the day, so... Opponent's gaining life. Sure, should be entirely expected from what appears to be like an alternative life-linking commander. So we're going to put Tranquil Thicket into play tapped, lose Uro. Pass the turn. If we get a land next turn, then we've got Tatyova, which I think is something we want to go with. Otherwise, I might consider going Guardian Project to maybe set up getting lucky later down the line. This is an avatar, so it's not like anything, not a demigod or anything like that for Altar of the Pantheon. Though it does mean that they've likely got Heliod in here. But I think that's pretty damn obvious, don't you think? Alright, so Guardian Project coming down. Opponent's still gaining life. Shouldn't be a problem, though. I think we do a lot of mass damage over a very short period of time, so that'll be okay. Hunted Witness. All the 1-drops. This is not a very aggressive hand, opponent. Not a very aggressive hand at all. Alright, so we're going just below our starting life total. We got Finale. That's annoying, but I can live with it, I guess. So let's just go with Dryads. Draw a card. Hopefully it's an untapped land, and then we can Paradise Druid and draw another card. Nope. Okay, mana screwed. You'll love to see it. It's not mana screwed, to be fair. I've got options. It's only mana screw when I think you just really can do nothing. But there's Evra. Alright, I'm going to need to put something in the way of that. Because that will be a 35 for life-linking creature. I'm going to block. I'm entirely sure I understand that as a good line of play, but to each his own. Alright, we're going to go with... I think Paradise Druid. Draw a card. Hope for a land. It's a Gilded Goose. Okay, well, got all the chump blockers in the world, I guess. Give my opponent some more life. And there's Cryptic Caves. Thank Christ for that. Yeah, let's pass the turn. So, opponent's Evra needs blocking from now until the end of time. As long as I've got like a 4/4 in play, though, it should be okay. Because I'm really not too fussed about my opponent's life total getting very huge, massive. But I'm guessing that's what they're going with now. So they go to 4 life, make it 39-4. That toughness is the reason why I'm not really a big fan of Evra, but it's working out right now. If I had a removal spell for Evra, then they'd be in a really awful position. But naturally, they're not. I'm in a position where they could actually do protection from green and win on the spot, but I don't think they've noticed that. Let's go with Gilded Goose block there. Easy block there. So I need a non-green card to play before they notice. Please don't notice that you could have had protection from green opponent. Azor's Gateway, okay. Draw, discard. Oh, draw, exile, technically. This is a Heliod's Intervention. Sure. Might as well crack this food. I don't think it really matters, but it's what we're going with. Yeah, I think we'll just have to play... Well, they haven't noticed that that they've got the win. And there's nothing I can do to stop them if they notice. So I'm just going to have to go Cavalier and hope that it works. Soul Warden does its thing. Let's go Vantress. Guardian Project, draw me a card. Marrowleaf Pixie, that's also a green card, so that doesn't work. And I'm just going to play Simic Guildgate under Marrowleaf Pixie. Draw a card. I don't even know if I've got blue cards, to be honest. Do they notice that they have the win? Do you notice? If they don't notice, they're going to pass here. Soul Thingamajig. What's it called? Soul Mender. So they've got a 1 and a 2 in here. They need 5 cards with different mana costs under there to flip that. And then they've basically got infinite mana. Have you noticed? They might just pay the mana to make it a 4/7/4. If they haven't noticed, I'm blocking with Cavalier, though. They haven't noticed. Fantastic. Oh. I guess maybe they want to just have the highest life total and they're not interested in just winning. There is nothing on the line, technically, that should make them want to... what do we want to do here? I guess we'll go Tamiyo. There's nothing on the line that should make them want to just win, in fairness. But it is pretty silly all the same. Alright, so we got Tamiyo to work with. They're at 86. Bloody hell. So we've got Tatyova with 5 mana left over. It draws me a card. I'm looking for land drops. I have put some in the yard for the shenanigans. I guess we just get Tatyova out. Let's all remember that I've already lost. For the sake of the competition of this game, let's just assume I've already lost, because I should have. My opponent doesn't understand how to play their deck. Or maybe they're doing it intentionally. Haven't decided. I think we're just going to Scape Shift. Scape Shift! Alright, we're going to get rid of... Let's see. Let's get rid of the thing on the side. You... I don't want to get rid of the Reliquary Tower. Because that represents not having to discard at the end of this turn. So let's just get rid of them. Let's grab Field of the Dead, Fabled Passage, Breeding Pool, Temple, Harbor, Thornwood Falls. Let's have Garenbrig. Tapped, please. Alright. I'm just going to put it in whatever order it currently is in. Have loads of life, opponent. Enjoy. Now I've got black creatures to block Evra, so we're in a good spot. I'm drawing like 7 cards. I think Nissa should be one of them. Here we go. Oh yes. Crucible, fantastic. That undoes the escape shift that we just did, and there's a River's Rebuke as well, so we can defend against Evra that way. By bouncing all of our opponent's stuff. We got an island to play. Yeah. How many cards we got left? 18. Let's go with... I guess Rejuvenator? Let's just do a Rejuvenator. So, look for lands first, and then draw a card. You got a forest. Alright. Zombie, card. That's 17 cards left, and we have an X10 finale we can cast at some point. Flood of Tears. That works. And we'll pass the turn. So our opponent's at 98. I'm pretty sure if I ever draw a green finale, I can 98 them in one go, which is why I don't really care about their life total. So let's see what they want to do. So what have we got in here? Field of Ruin's not going to do much. Shame there's no Ghost Quarter. I'd love to have Ghost Quarter locked them. There's 3 lands left in the deck though, so maybe there's a chance later down the line. So they've got a 4, a 1, and a 2 under Azor's Gateway now. Angel of Vitality, sure. Gaining 2 life every time off Soul Warden. It's pretty good, but I'm going to say it's not good enough. Alright, so 1, 2... Fabled Passage, I don't even know if it's got anything left, but let's just crack it and find out. I have no idea if I've got basics left. I think I do. Yeah, 1 left. Okay, perfect time to be doing that. Alright. Yeah, have Laden. Have loads of life. I actually want you to at this point, because I think it's quite funny. Let's play Crucible. Let's have Command Tower. Nice. Thanks. 12 cards left. Frogify. That's good. Vantress. Yep, have some life. Don't care anymore. There's 10 cards left. We can't make any more land drops, so let's just do how much mana have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly enough to Finale X10, because it's pretty funny, so let's do it. Boom. Get a brand new set of 10 cards, put my graveyard back in. Oh my goodness. 5 lands, that one, that one, that one. Doesn't actually really matter. Since they're all 5 colour lands with Dryad anyway. There's a Tail's End in here. Let's go with Nadir Kraken. 12 cards left. This is getting sketchy. Alright. Yeah, I'll pay for that. I don't mind. And then we'll pass. Oh, we'll do some swinging. We've got some swinging to do. Boom. 11 attackers. There we go. Have I got finale in here? No. How'd that happen? Okay, well, we'll dig into finale. Settle the wreckage. Alright, well at least it's out the way. Give my opponent the nice. They seem like a good spirit kind of opponent. Let's just play Gilded Goose. I realise that I should be drawing cards. Because now Settle's out the way, I really don't have to worry about it. And I can just win with the board state I have available in theory. I just don't want Tatyova around. Maybe I should... maybe I should risk losing that. Okay, that's a 3. So if they get any non-1, 2, 3, or 4 card under there, they flip it. We can always bounce it. We've got River's Rebuke and Flood of Tears, so that's why it's a bad card. You're at 117. There's Path of Discovery, sure. I will pay 1. I think I'll just River's Rebuke my opponent. Well, let's play some lands first, I guess. 9 cards left. Oh, Finale, where art thou? Let's decline. Forest. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe I shouldn't decline, because I'm going to River's Rebuke. So let's make some tokens for next turn. I want to do... God. 7 cards left. Let's do Jade Light Ranger. Explore. And then draw the card I'm looking for. Don't want that. Don't want that. Then draw. Pay for this. Give him some life, sure. There is sequencing that I should be doing. I should not be giving them 1 life, but come on now. Who cares? Let's do Nissa. All my lands are forests, thanks to Dryad, so I've doubled my mana. Where's River's Rebuke? There it is. There it is. Good game. Put all that back in their hand, undo the thing. Do that. Attack with all. Even the goose. Got 4 cards left. Let's have 3 cards left. Yep, pay for that. Cycle that. There it is. Alright, so we got the Finale of Devastation with 2 cards left in our deck. Everything here is going to get +10/+10, so it's all about our opponent just putting as many blockers in the way to not die. I don't think they can do it. In fact, it's not even a +10/+10. It's a lot higher than that. All of these are forests, so they're all tapping for 2 mana. So we can do a lot here. Alter, yeah. Alright, don't scoop opponent. I don't think they will. I think they're the type to not scoop. I can't really play more lands, though, because I will deck myself. Soul Warden. Angel, sure. I'm going to decline that, because it actually doesn't matter, because it'll have Summoning Sickness. Alright, so we're going to go 2, 3, 4. There's a Spark Double in here. So we're going to Spark Double up Nissa. Gonna float green. Unfloat it. We're gonna unfloat some green. And then we're going to start floating mana until I figure out how much mana I have here. They're all forests, so they're all tapping for 3. Honestly, don't want to do the math, so let's go for it. Green. This one's blue. Oh, let me do easy math. Green. Green. Alright, X33. There we go. Auto pay. I've got a Ceratops in my yard. Good game. Right on the last card. Brilliant. Brilliant decline. Alright. And all attack our opponent. I think their 108 life didn't matter. But they did win. Props to them for letting me play that out, though. Thank you very much, good Sauce Boy. You did win, though. But... But... 667. It's 2 points away from almost greatness. Would have loved the 69 there, but... You can't always get what you want. Well, that was unexpected, but a lot of fun nonetheless. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. We managed to draw our entire deck and then... and then some. Yeah, we could have mended earlier and then done another shuffle in, but I think we had most of our deck already in play, which was pretty funny. It's a shame we couldn't have drawn more cards. Maybe if we had... I don't know. The Angel that stops you losing from... drawing more cards. You can't lose the game by decking yourself. That would have been more interesting. I know, obviously, Oracle, Jace, auto-includes, and then the less fun mass manipulations and things like that also auto-includes, but less fun. They should be in the deck, but I ain't putting them in here because I think this is just much more entertaining to do mass finales with lots of zombies in play. I think this is my favourite way to play this deck. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, deck list down in the description below. You can export it out yourself. If you want to play Historic Brawl, it is on arenabrawl.net. That's how I've been playing against our opponents today. So you can go in there and challenge people on the internet. It's a pretty small community, so, you know, you might come across the same people over and over again. But, you know what, they're all Brawl fans, so you should see a lot of variation. It's a lot less net decky on that site than it is on like Historic Brawl events that open up directly on Arena. Everyone just plays Torbran on Arena. It's very annoying. But yeah, if you do enjoy the content, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below so that the engagement gremlins from YouTube can gobble it up and promote the video a little bit more than maybe they are already. So yeah, greatly appreciate anyone who does that. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and take care.